This is Mazzy Devil HD, at the Devil's Talk Show. My co-host Raven Sprite. No, not Raven Fart. Raven Sprite. Remember, it's Raven Sprite.
We're gonna start
That's
that
the
way.
inside
Got it.
joke. That's the
Mm-hmm.
inside joke between me and her. No one else
Mm-hmm.
calls it that except for me. And
All right, deviled eggs. Go on.
so we also have my cameraman. If he shows up, get on the stage, you dumbass.
Hey, give me a second.
Scorpion
He
says,
doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. So, devil,
Raven.
what do you think about being nice to people? How far would you go to be nice, and how would you take it to the point of, okay, I'll be nice to you, but when are we gonna like, are you gonna let them in to be nice, or just say I'm nice to you in cordialness? You know what I mean? Like if I see you
Yeah,
around, cool, but like, or is it depends on the level of what they do? I
it
know that you always
depends.
said three strikes.
Yeah. Well, for me,
Yeah.
it's usually two, but I changed it to three.
Mm. Is that three because of the person or just your own preference?
My own preference.
Mm. Okay. Other
Because I've been
question.
through a lot way
Oh, well,
before I came onto the field.
I know. I know you shared a lot with me. I mean, you are your own survivor of your own, your own stuff and
Yeah,
everything, and you have to remember that too. Like, we're gonna go through, and we're gonna go through a lot of like crap in our lives. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
it depends on how you push through it. You can let the crap hold you down and define you, or you can push through it and overcome it and be better than the things
hmm,
you've gone through, and teach you as a life lesson is what I think, honestly.
yeah,
You know.
hmm,
But I always say that, like, yeah, there is kind of like a three strikes when it comes to people, but there's also that kind of like one strike, one deal kind of thing. Like if you do something so horrifically mean and spiteful, you know what I mean? Like at that point it's just like no, no, like just you stay over there, I stay over here, we're good to go. You know what I mean? Like I
hmm,
was just thinking about it today because I've noticed that a lot of people here, in the metaverse and outside of the metaverse in our society right now, there's a lot of like people attacking people, like everybody wants to be
yeah,
right with something, or I mean, it's just like this crazy thing when really, like I've always said before, we're here to build, we're here to have fun, we're here to grow, we're here to make something, and for some people, I don't know if you've noticed, but for some people they come on this headset to escape from the bullshit they've been through. Do you know what I mean? Like this is their place to make friends and hang out and escape that moment of reality, that we all have to deal with on a daily day basis, so why is it
Mm,
that when we come in here to try to escape it, why is it that sometimes people are just
it's
like, well,
worse.
nah, yeah, and it's like, maybe I should just go crawl in a box, and just stay in there, and maybe, what I
Mm,
mean? It's
yeah.
worse. I've noticed it's gotten way worse. And some people say it depends on who you hang out with, who you associate with. But I believe it doesn't matter who you hang out with and who you associate with. If some people are hell bent to make your life a living hell, it doesn't matter what you do. Do you know what I mean? They're just gonna come
Mm-hmm.
one way or another. But what's the
yeah.
best way to combat that? What would be the best way to combat the bullshit to the reality for yourself and what you want?
Well, what I would do is I would seek out new friends.
Mm. Mm.
Hmm.
Like
Okay.
if they're too toxic for you, then just cut them out. Find new people.
Okay. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually true because sometimes friends, like they say that you're friends, right? Like you're
Mm-hmm.
okay, yeah, we're friends, but they can guide you to do some pretty stupid things. And then it's up to
Yeah,
you to decide, is this what I want to be? Is this how I want to roll? Is this the kind of bullshit that I want? Or is it, or do I want something else? You know what I mean? And I think it really depends on people deciding whether or not they want to be this way or they want to be that way. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
it's really people just deciding for themselves. I've noticed that there's more people now who used to roll with so many things that were extremely toxic that have gotten out of the game of it, and now they all they do is just build and just stay quiet. Some have
Yeah.
even left. Some have even actually fully left the metaverse completely and sold their headsets and said fuck this shit.
I literally know 2 people that did that.
Hmm. Yep. I know a couple. I know a couple. You know, it's amazing that it gets to that level because
I've had
somebody
one
taught me
person leave from the
what.
metaverse, and he
Mhm.
started to come back slowly.
Mm.
And he doesn't play. He doesn't play on the VR. He plays on PC.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Hmm. He plays on the
Oh,
PC.
is he
Yeah.
coming back with the PC, or is he
hmm He actually
okay,
plays on VR as well, but he prefers to play on PC
interesting.
and stuff. Because
Well,
me and
now
him
that
used to
Meta
hang out.
Horizon Worlds are, like, going, like, more mobile and PC oriented now.
It is. Remember when they did that update and everything in the beginning? It was
Mhm.
so glitchy and so screwed up. And then when I was trying to run my show, remember Devil, it was like a nightmare. But we
hmm
still did it. We still did it. I mean, even Captain did his and everything, but it was still a nightmare.
Remember when he used to kick everyone out the session?
Oh,
Oh,
it still does that every once in a while.
I know. He only
that
does.
was some.
I mean, he only does it when it's closing the session and
Mm.
stuff. When it's only like one or two people in there. I'm saying
Hello,
that
Yellowbird.
when Captain had the full shirt, where's the beef that time?
Oh my God. I remember actually I think Yellowbird you might have been there for that one of those sessions when we all got kicked out in the middle of Where's the Beef. We all just like got sprung into our what
Home
was it?
set,
Islands.
Our welcome
home
island.
island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you were there. Were you there, Yellowbird?
Yes, it did happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't
Where
that
everybody just
crazy?
sprung out and we just looking around like, what the hell happened?
And we
Mhm.
all had to take our place and get ourselves ready. At that time, I was running the bot and making sure the security and everything else was good. And we all just like out of nowhere got zapped. It was just like, and I was like, what
It
the?
did
No,
it another time too
you know,
at
Mhm.
Where's
no, was
Beef.
like, no, what?
Yeah.
Fuck you guys, and close the
So,
session.
actually, I'm so glad, Yellowbird, you're by the microphone. It's been a while since I've seen you. How have you been?
Pretty good.
What you been up to on here in the metaverse or something positive?
Honestly, doing what I've always doing.
Mm.
Staying out of the way.
I hear
That's it.
that. Yep, yep. Sometimes you have to stay out of the way. You know, I've learned that sometimes I don't have to be in the middle of all the mess, especially when I don't need to be.
No, this is just my thing, and I told you this before.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's whatever you allow. I don't care how many times a person comes for you, long as you are taking it, they're gonna keep giving it.
hmm
Yep.
Yep.
But once you stop taking it and be about yourself, move on, let them say whatever the hell they want to say because I mean you know who you are.
Yes.
That's why I don't. That's why if you notice, I always stay to myself. I'm not with no drama. I can't. That's not my life.
Mhm.
I refuse to do it.
See, and that's what I admire about you is like I've seen you around and you're a very chill person. You know, I've seen you at my shows. I've seen you over at Where's the Beef. You know, and you're very open and understanding. You know, you sit there, you listen, and you know, I know you observe everything that's going on. And I'm pretty sure in back of your brain, you're like, why are you guys all bickering? This is nonsense.
Yeah, I do. I do.
You know what I
I
mean?
mean,
Like,
Vernon, if you really think about it, this is with no disrespect whatsoever.
no, no,
But
go on.
that's why a lot of bingos, a lot of podcasts, all that, that's why it failed. Because
Mm-hmm.
people was not about their business, but they were about drama. And as long as you entertain it, you'll never be focused on what you was really focusing on, supposed to be focusing on.
Yes.
And I think that is the biggest downfall in here. The biggest.
It is. You get sucked into other people's bullshit, in a way.
No,
you
you
know?
don't get sucked in. You allow yourself to be sucked in.
Mm,
Can't
Mm.
that's one thing about life. I always tell my kids. You cannot blame no one, nobody, no situation, nothing. If you allow yourself to be in that situation, uh, you know, allow yourself to speak on it, talk about it, laugh, fight, whatever. That's
Mm.
on you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's on you. There has
Your
been too
choices.
many. It's been too many successful things that has been going
Oh,
on in Horizon,
fuck.
but people allow themselves. They just
Go on.
messed up for their.
So,
Yeah.
That's what pisses me off.
You know what? It pissed me off too, because my mission with serving justice has always been to help those that needed to tell their story, that been, victimized, that have overcome abuse, have overcome some horrific things, and their end goal or their story was of triumph, of their own justice, their own making, you know what I mean? And that's been my goal since day one. And I will admit there's been times that I have gotten wrapped into some crazy things that I wish I never have, but that's kind of like the learning process, you know what I mean? Because you learn. You start to learn who you want to be around, what your choices are, what you are going to do. You know what I
But
mean?
if you think about it, this is how I look at it. If we have kids and teachers are, and we teach our kids what not to
is
do,
that better?
Mm-hmm.
then sometimes we have to take our own
Yeah.
advice. Just because we're adults, we can still take our own advice saying, wait a minute, what the hell am I doing?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
choose to be in this situation. I choose to allow this person to dictate everything I do in my life, in Horizon and out of Horizon.
Mm. Mm.
And like I
Mhm.
said, and I'll say it again, that is the biggest downfall in Horizon. And
agree.
I just don't understand why people allow that.
I think because it's like such a social media platform, and we're hidden behind these avatars, and we forget that what's behind the avatars is a human being.
Well, if we know that, then we need to act like human beings.
I agree with you. There's been multiple times that I've had to deal with people that weren't acting like human beings. You know what I mean? They were just like, well, you're an avatar, so what do you care? Well, no, I'm a person behind the avatar, and I do have feelings.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I do have feelings. Everybody has feelings. Regardless if you're my friend or you're my foe, you have feelings. Do you know what I mean? We all do.
Right.
So basically, what I see of 2025 is, if you don't want to be treated a certain way, don't do that to somebody else.
I don't care what nobody else do. I really don't. This is just me.
Yeah.
You can do whatever the hell you want to do. You can say whatever the hell you want to say. I don't care what you do to other people. If people allow you to do that to them, then one day in life they'll learn, hopefully sooner. But when it comes to me, I don't give a shit. I don't. And that's with no disrespect. But we can't be always fighting everybody's damn battles and they don't want to get off their own ass and fight their own. No, I will step back and I will sit and watch. I
You know
would.
what? What you just said there, you can't fight everybody's battles. Running my show, Serving Justice, I was fighting everyone's battles and I was drowning. I was legit drowning, fighting everybody else's and not caring for mine. You know what I mean? For my own battles.
But what was that? When you had your podcast,
Yes.
And I am sitting, I listen.
Mhm. Mhm.
You allow people to take that away from you.
I did.
And because this is what you told me one day. I said, I don't know why you allow people to dictate what you do. And you say, well, it's just been going on for so long and they just keep coming at me, coming at me. And as long as you had your arms wide open, you allow it to come. You allow it to come.
I did.
So
I did.
I can't feel sorry for you, but I hope you learn from it. Because I
Oh,
know you're better than that and you're more stronger than that. But you have to want it. You have to want it. You
believe
can't
me,
be worried about everybody else. No, you can't.
believe me or not, Yellowbird, since that conversation you and I had and everything, which I really, I really had an open mind with you because I knew that you were going to be a person that was really going to help me out with this, and regardless of how much I'm a fighter, and I go, I'm just like boom boom boom, after you and I had that really deep conversation, a lot of things happened. I really started to step back a lot, actually, and I
Good.
started to realize, okay, I can't be doing this anymore. She's absolutely right. The more I open my arms wide open for all of this crap, the more I am allowing it. So what am I going to allow for myself? What are my boundaries? What are my what's me? You know what I mean? So I put up my boundaries. I started to work on myself,
Excuse me.
slowly revamping some things for myself, for my show, and all of the things I need to do. That's why I've been very busy, and just really looking deeper into myself and what I want, what I need, and what am I willing to allow to happen in my life, and what I am willing to say, fuck off, no.
Yeah.
And by doing so, I mind my own. I build, I hang out with my friends, revamping some things and working more and more of my boundaries on myself, and not to go charging head in for a fight, and Devil is literally doing the same thing. He's not charging in, going into a fight being like, how fucking dare you. We're just more of sitting back now and just going, okay, so you said that, whatever, and we walk away. You know what I mean? Because we're just like, whatever, like this is ridiculous.
Hmm.
You don't even have to see, see, that's what I'm talking about. That you cannot respond to negative. You can only get up and walk away. You
Yeah.
have better
Well,
things to think about.
Yeah.
Regardless. If you really think about it, and you don't even have to say nothing to me, but just think about it.
Mhm.
If you take 2 years of your life in Horizon and everybody that used to be in your life in Horizon that you felt was your friend, you how many can you say they still have your back? You don't have to say nothing to me.
Oh, I can count, and I know what you mean.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Mhm. Oh
That
yeah.
type of bullshit is what pisses me off. I do not like.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
I've
then you
learned.
think about it. What was their purpose being around you?
I already know what their purpose was,
Mm.
and I think that's what
See,
hurt the most. Because I'm a very
no, it don't hurt.
forgiving, very
You
kind.
can't. Don't be hurt about it. Don't be you. If anything, you should be glad as hell.
Mm.
You know why? Because you see them for who they are. They put it
Mm.
on the table.
So they
I'll
show the
be
true
damned.
colors.
Hell yeah.
Mm.
Don't be sad about it. Every lesson I always say is like a victory. It's like an eye opener. It's like the best thing in life
Mm.
because you don't have to deal with that shit no more.
Okay, you
And
know
it
what? I need to
comes.
talk to you more often. I'm telling you, you really, when you talk and you talk the way that you do, you really resonate in my brain, and I'm just like, that is amazing that you are there. I'm almost there. You know what I mean? But it's amazing that, like, I inspire to get to fully where you are like that. You know what I mean?
You are like that. You just
I'm a,
refuse to use it
I am a fighter. I will admit
because
to that.
No. You refuse to use it because you too damn busy trying to please every damn body else. You better let that go.
Mm. Mm.
Let it go. I'm
Okay.
telling you.
I'm wow. Okay. You know, okay, so can I like come to you like once a week and you can like kind of you know,
Absolutely.
you know,
I'm
cuz you
not
are
gonna lie to you. I always tell out, because somebody told me, you know, you don't play. I said life is about living, learning, teaching, but it's not sugarcoating.
yes, I don't sugarcoat shit.
No, and yes, you do. Yes, you
Ooh,
do.
which way? Which way?
If you allow someone to take things away from you like they did, you wasn't
Mm.
sugarcoating. You was sugarcoating.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Then yeah, I was because
Yes.
I allowed. Yes. Yes. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. I see exactly what you're saying there. You know, I never even thought of it that way. You know, I've always which devil has seen with me, and I think you've seen several times in my shows when I'm very passionate about something and I know that it's absolutely right and I know that this person needs their voice to be heard and whatever. I don't sugarcoat, I don't back down, I don't do anything. I make sure that it is known. But I have sugarcoated with people that pretended to be friends, that pretended to be something, and I allowed it to be what they dictated it to be. And so by doing so, it did take a lot from me. It did.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really did.
If
Yeah.
you think about when y'all had the shows, like the captain had his show, Where's the
Yes.
Beef?
That's still there. It's just that he's in the program. That's why he has to figure out how he's going to do it without violating the terms and services.
No, I'm saying, Where's the Beef? I go there all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
I would. And I would sit there and I would watch. And I would listen patiently.
Mm.
And if I don't care how much you go back and forth, you or anybody go back and forth. If you notice, no one never accomplished nothing
Nope.
because when they got off that stage, they were still going through the same BS, the same BS, the same
Yes.
thing. So really, only thing you did was entertain us and showed us how naive you really is. You could have
Mm.
just said, "Look, I'll be a bigger person, or I'll be the bigger person. I'm sorry," and move the hell on. No one does that. It was a big show. That's why everybody. What's the biggest thing at a circus? The
The
clowns.
clowns. Yeah,
And
the clowns.
who was the clown?
We were
Hmm.
we were because we've entertained, we allowed our emotions, we allowed our situations, we allowed everything to be out there in the open and the viewers were eating it up and they were literally,
Hell yeah. Why
you know,
not?
yeah, why
Why
not?
not?
I mean, like when we watch Jerry Springer or Maury or, you know,
All
Steve
of them.
Wilkos, you know?
All of it is entertainment. And that is the statistic thing. How do you think they get their statistics? The government get their statistics. We got people up here, you got women over here don't know who their kids daddy is, or you got
Mm,
this man over here, you have all these kids, you're cheating on your wife. Oh, so you the idiot. You are going to allow yourself to get paid, I think it's $500, a paid trip to get on somebody's stage and look like a damn idiot.
no, no. Yeah, no. I mean, I love Where's the Beef, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of good times, there was a lot of crazy times, but then again, that was my time of, I think, being, I guess, a certain way, you know what I mean? But growing, I think, is what I needed. We all needed.
Absolutely. If you're
You know what I
gonna
mean?
grow, then you gotta let things go. If you're gonna grow, then you have to be right there on the table and say, you know what, I'm sorry. We can walk away from this. We don't have to talk. We don't have to do nothing. We can just say hi, how you doing, and keep going. None of y'all
Right.
said that. None of
Nope.
it.
Nope.
If you
Nope.
go out, y'all saying the same damn thing, you know, they said this or they said that, and they keep going. You know, I know people that would shut this shit down. Well, you should have people to shut your shit down. That's how I was looking at it.
Honestly, that is a good point right there. Like, if you're gonna say that you know people to shut this shit down, then I should shut you down.
Yes, because it was. I've never seen. It could be 5 people will allow one person to dictate their life for years on Horizon. I
Mm.
mean, that motherfucker was the icing of the cake, and y'all was the what? The cupcake. I just sit there and I be saying, I'm like, what the hell?
Which person are you talking about?
All of it.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I look back into it and I'm like, wow, I kind of wish I didn't do that, but okay, it is what it is.
No, you had to do it. You had to
Mm.
do it.
Well,
I mean,
I
that's the
feel,
only way your eyes open, so you see who's who, what's what, and
oh
who
yeah, no,
really
I
have
found
your
out.
back.
Oh my God, we Devil and I, we found out actually, like when you said about who's still your friends and who's still around you since you've been on the metaverse, it's like
Hmm.
when you said that, I know you said you don't have to answer and everything, but like people have come and go, and it was for their own intentions, not for a friendship or a cause that I was making, except for Captain and Devil. I mean, Devil has stayed by my side through it all. Captain has stayed through my side through it all. I've stayed through his side. I've stayed through Devil's side for their causes. But the others have just whatever they wanted to use it for, they did, and I allowed it,
Mm.
which show
Now I
their true
hope you
colors.
see. I I hope you see.
Oh,
I
I
hope
do. Trust
your
me.
eyes are wide open and you see.
That's why I have been growing and really stepping back and trying to revamp not just my show, but myself, my own growth, my own journey, as we would call, because we all have our own journey. We all have our own ways, as we all know, right? And
Absolutely.
and and I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. He's our Lord and Savior. I pray to him every day and every night. And when I feel like I'm falling off of his path, I ask for guidance to be back on his path. I ask him to show me. I ask him for growth. And when I falter, I ask for forgiveness. And all he does is
Absolutely.
just keep guiding me. Yes, there's times that I fall off of that pattern or that path that he gives me, right? But as he
Who
always says, my
don't?
child, you're going to fall from that, right? And you're going to learn. I learn, I get back on the path, and then I fall from the path again, and then I get back on the path again. And every time I get back on that path, every step that I make, right? It's like a new way of climbing that mountain, going on that path. It's a new way of looking at things now. Now I start to notice, the trees, or I start to notice the flowers, or I start to notice the grass, or I notice that, you know, the air is crisper, or something different every time I keep coming on that path, you know, every time I fall off, I come back on, I fall off and I come back on. And every time it's something new that I see and I feel and I understand and I admire, and I'm like, okay, and I keep going and I just keep going and I keep going. And who comes with me? Great. And sometimes you have people. So I went to this church, and this pastor literally said, sometimes people come on your path with you as a lesson or as
Absolutely.
growth.
Absolutely.
And I've had people come in as a lesson for me. And then I've had
Absolutely.
people that stayed on my path that has taught me to grow.
That's the whole point. Whether
Yeah.
we want to or not, there's people that's going to be in your life and you think or you feel. But that's why I always tell my kids, Don't never call somebody your friend. You have to sit and watch and observe. And I said, you know how you learn? I said, you know how you know if somebody really have your back? Act like you're going through something, and you'll see.
I learned. I was
Say
going
you
through
have a
something
problem,
extremely
and
bad,
you'll
which
see.
Devil knew. I was going through something extremely bad, which I'm still going through, and I had to
Mm-hmm.
leave for a while. And I needed my co-host at that time to be my co-host and continue the mission, and instead they abandoned all of it.
I didn't.
That was the best day of their life.
You know what? It became the best day of my life because it showed me their colors.
Because they didn't want to see you succeed.
Yep.
So when you asked them for that,
Yeah.
and 9 times out of 10, you want it, but you refuse to see it. But it took that. It took you to get off for a while to see who they really was.
Oh yeah,
they
no.
was
After
already
that,
showing it.
I got a new co-host, which is Captain Jack Morgan. He took over and he continued the mission. I have to leave again in March. Captain knows to continue the mission, and I know that he's a true friend. Do you see what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because I've
Absolutely.
been there for his worst times. I've been there for Devil's worst times. I've been there for both of their worst times and continued what they needed as they've been there for mine. And therefore, that's why we have probably one of the most tightest unit between Devil, me, and Captain. And now August has been coming into play in this, and he's actually shown really great friendship, kindness,
Actually, Raven,
and
you actually
everything.
snuck in.
I did sneak in.
Yeah,
Well, you
you
snuck
did,
in.
but he's a good kid, you know. I call you a
basically, we
kid because I'm
kidnapped him.
40 and you're in your 20s, right?
Oh,
Mid-20s, yeah.
Mid 20s, yeah. Yeah, I'm old.
No,
Are
not.
you eating chips when you're hosting the show?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm drinking hot chocolate while he's hosting the show.
I'm telling you. I've been helping Devil to help him with his show, you know, get him out of the shyness so he could talk some more, and you know, because he's watching me do my shows, he's watched Captain Jack do his. I've learned from Captain Jack how to speak, run a show, and the whole 9 yards. You know what I mean? I learned from a big person in the metaverse of running a show. You know what I mean? So why not help my friend here? And he eats chips while we're doing a show. And I
Hey,
can hear it.
hungry.
At least
I
mute
can hear
yourself.
it in my ear, like crunch, crunch. Now I'm hungry.
Jokes on you. How old are you?
Hungry.
Jokes on you. I'm not even eating chips. So
You weirdo. Well, whatever you were crunching on, keep it to yourself.
They don't call them chips over there. They call them crisps over there.
Oh, sorry.
I can miss that spot.
So what do
We're
you think
just
of
going
this?
off topic.
Yeah. So what do you think of this crazy little crew over here?
It's not for me to question it. As long as they do their job, everything else is already.
Yeah, do your job, Devil.
Damn.
For
You
once,
didn't
I'd
even
like
have
to
the
sit
nerve
here.
to offer anybody no chips. That's my thing.
Yeah, right?
Yes, right?
Oh,
You
wait
just-
a minute. Don't forget. You didn't offer nobody no hot cocoa.
Yeah.
Do you guys want hot cocoa? I have some extra hot cocoa. A big tub of Swiss Miss.
How the fuck are you gonna give that to me? You're really far away. We're in the metaverse. What are you gonna just magically throw in my face and miss and hit my dog?
See,
Well,
you
it's called
already took
Swiss Miss for a
negativity.
reason.
I know I can take negativity. Like, oh. now I have to make some hot
Hey,
cocoa.
August.
I hate
August.
You're welcome.
August.
Or some
Oh,
tea.
we are.
If you want to make Raven some hot cocoa, make sure it's in a small cup.
Okay, so he keeps making fun of how short I am.
Oh, I'm short too. I'm 5'3".
I'm
in real
4'11.
life. Oh, you are. Oh, okay.
Hey, Raven, is this what you see? Is this how you look at us?
No, I felt good after you said. I'm like, oh, okay. Wait a minute. Now,
Yeah,
hold
you were like,
on.
oh yeah, well damn. I'm just saying, damn girl, you're short.
I thought you were gonna say, oh, I'm 5'2". I'm okay.
No, I
All
used to
right.
be five. I used to be 5'1", but now that I hit 40, you get kind of like a little shorter
You
as you get
shrink.
older. You shrink.
Right.
She's
So,
getting smaller by the minute.
I've always been really small. I've always been very short since I can remember. I've always been short. So when I was like
Here's
8
Raven, and
years
here's
old, I
Captain
looked
Jack.
like I was like
Me,
4 years old. You
Tori
know what I mean?
August.
So when I was in high school, I was itty bitty with a huge backpack. Like
Nah.
I was always itty bitty, and so when I hit 5'1", I was like, yay! And then doctors are like, oh, you're back to 4'11". I was like, oh, screw this shit. This sucks.
My daughters are a little bit taller. My son is tall,
Mine is too.
about 6. My grandson, he's tall. He always look at me and say, "Grandma, say something now." I said, "Boy, bye."
My brother's about a couple inches taller than me, and he's younger than me.
And they think they the boss just because they're tall. Like,
Yeah.
okay, really?
My son's gonna be tall like his father, so he's not too far from being 6 foot. He's 16. Um, he is so tall, and it's like when I'm disciplining him, when I'm trying to let him know, hey, you're fucking up right now. You need to fix some things. I'm looking
Right.
up at him. I'm like,
You're supposed to look
you
down
didn't do
at-
your laundry. You didn't do
Yeah.
the dishes. You didn't get yourself clean. And what is this shit? And he's just looking at me like, I'm sorry, mommy, with the deep voice. And I'm like, why am I so short? This is sucks. You need to get a ladder to get
What-
right on his eye level.
What did Captain say? What does Captain always say?
What?
You need a step down on top of a step down on top of a step ladder.
I'm gonna kick Captain's ass.
No, she needs a step ladder to go into those slippers.
You know what, Devil? When you come and visit me, I'm gonna get a step ladder that says Devil on it and beat you with it. I'm like, how
is the
you like
captain
this
doing?
step ladder?
He's
And
good.
he's good. He's in a meeting right now.
He's actually my
um,
second co-host, so
Yeah, well,
Oh, well, that's
he's
but
not
now he's
doing
busy.
he's not doing his job, but I'm here. But we're actually doing okay. Devil's doing really good. He's been doing a lot of building. I'm teaching August about editing and videos and all of that stuff, something that I went to school for and all that. And I'm just revamping some things, so get ready for, the Ravens talk show, which is actually a lot more positivity. We're not about the drama, we're not about the bullshit. We want to just talk, I mean, we just want to have real conversations, nothing about poking or drama or picking names or anything, just conversations, you know what I mean? And I don't even care if
Party
we have
time.
like dead air for a little bit where we're all just staring at each other and you can hear the little flies for a minute, you know what I mean? Like this. You know what I mean?
Well,
But it's
I mean, sometimes the host has to put it on the table, and then that is
Mhm.
what people are going to talk about.
That's what I'm
That's
trying to
all.
teach him. That's what I'm trying to teach him.
You're
He's
actually
the
pointing the wrong way.
Where are you? You son of a stay still so I can scold you. God damn. I am
And kneel
trying
down
to
so
teach.
she can look down at you instead of looking up.
You're both fired. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Ah.
I'm doing exactly what she said. I don't need this. Goodbye.
Don't put me in that one.
Oh my God.
And they'll be
Yeah, but
Love
blaming
you,
no,
me.
I mean,
Raven.
I'm hoping for 2025 for the metaverse, for the internet, for life in general, that people start to adapt this new thing, and it's called, well, it's not a new thing, it's something I think that a lot of people lack in our society, which is called unity, humility, and kindness. That's what I'm hoping people start to adapt in the year of 2025.
I mean, well, they have to apply that in themselves first.
Yes, yes.
There's a lot of things that need to be changed in the world, but if you look at something, it's not going to change. I mean, it
Mm-mm.
is the way it is because people are so strong in their belief, their upbringing,
Mm-hmm.
and things that are presented on TV.
Yes.
Everything, some things are weighed out more than others. and that's how a lot of people look at life now.
Yes.
So I mean,
Like I said, our society is not okay right now. What
Nope.
our children see, what adults are doing. Our society right now is on this path of
Bankruptcy.
of destruction.
Bankruptcy.
but there's
You know what I mean?
babies raising babies. You got these young girls out here,
I
and there's
know.
no discipline in the house no more because of um they're young. They're
Mm-hmm.
young, and
They're
they
young and
feel they
dumb.
know it all, and they don't.
They don't.
And I think that's the biggest downfall in situations. Racism is another.
And that needs to stop as well. I
Oh,
That
think
that's
does
everyone
need to
should get
stop.
along.
that'll never stop.
I
It'll
know.
never
I know
stop
you won't
because
stop.
I mean, you have the elderly that was raised that way, and then they raised the kids that way, and the grandparents raised the kids that way. A lot of people just have to see.
And then all of
Open up.
those grandparents having to raise their grandchildren too, because their parents are so young.
No, they don't. They don't have to. They
My
choose to do
my
it.
grandmother had to do that for me.
No, look, this is me. If these kids can go out here and make babies, they can
Mhm.
take care of them. That's how I look
Yep.
at it.
Same.
If grandparents choose to take that responsibility on, then that's on them. Because I feel like this, unless that baby's in danger or something's really going on where that child has to be taken out of that environment, I'm for it all. I can dig it. I'm for it all. But if nothing going on and that child want to go out and live their life while I sit up here after I raise my kids, I be damned. There better be something wrong with you. I tell my kids all the time, there better be something wrong with your ass before I sit up with your kids all day long while you go out and live your life. No. I'll
Mm.
call them when I want them, not when you want me to. That's how I do it with well, I mean, that's how I do it with my grandkids.
Mm.
When I pick up the phone and I want them, bring them. Don't call me and say, could you? Because it's not happening. I will not do it. Nope.
I like that. I
Mm-mm.
taught my kids that what their actions are their responsibilities.
Absolutely.
So if my children, my teenagers, make a stupid mistake, that mistake that they make, they have to understand the consequences of it. The mommy's not coming to save them from it.
Mm-hmm.
They have to understand it. They have to deal with it and fix it on their own. Will I be here to listen? Yeah, of course. Am I going to fix it? No. My parents raised me that way. Therefore, I raise my children that way. I raise my children to understand about humility, unity, and kindness. I raise my children to understand that we don't judge anybody, that we are who we are. You
Yeah.
see, I broke that chain of racism and all sorts of things a very, very long time ago.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
All right. I don't.
Because we're human. It doesn't matter what
Yeah.
race, color, religion that we are. We all bleed the same.
The same color.
You know what? You know, I always tell people, this is my opinion. I mean, people do say we all bleed, red. But when time comes, we all gonna bow to Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
and we all have our sins to be questioned.
Yep.
And it ain't gonna be no type of hatred or racism because it ain't even gonna go across our minds.
Mm-mm. No, there's none of that's gonna. When you meet your maker, you're meeting yourself. All
It's
of
gonna
you.
be a done deal. Be like, oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
That's
these
why every
kids.
day, that's why every day now I try to teach my children and myself that my choices and what I make are mine only. So therefore, why am I going to be hurtful to somebody? Do you know what I mean? When I
Right.
don't want to be hurt, you know what I'm talking about? Like I know what we talked about earlier, but how I see it is that treat people the way that you want to be treated, but also have that boundary for yourself. You know what I mean?
I'll hurt you if necessary. That's my theory.
Okay, well, I'm scared of you now.
No, no, no. You mess with my kids, my grandkids.
Oh
Yes,
yeah. Well, yeah.
if
No, Mama Bear
necessary.
comes out. If you fuck with my kids, you're gonna see something. You're gonna see Jesus very early.
I don't know if
But
you're
they
gonna
had to
see
go through
them
me
early,
first. What?
but that's how we got to get these kids to get it's the kids. Just like I tell my kids, what I did it with my kids, now I do it with my grandkids. When they come and they be like, well, grandma so and so said this, I always tell them that don't have nothing to do with me. I don't want to hear it, and I'm not
Mm.
dealing with it. Go in there, handle your business,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it better come out with a good, a good one.
What's handing me so?
Ain't nobody
I like
holding on no grudges or nothing.
Just one sec.
see. I like that. That is a good way of proceeding with life. I mean,
I don't get into my kids when they were little, and I don't get into my grandkids. Go handle it. What the hell you want me to do? Be your
yeah.
backup? Hell
Mom,
no,
the
absolutely not.
the neighbor beat me up. Okay.
Well, get off your ass and handle your business.
Yeah.
You're gonna do two things. You're gonna
So-
allow it.
What?
Why did the neighbor beat you up? Is the first question.
Right.
Because there might be a
No.
reason why he beat you up.
Have
Well,
you
if the
seen
neighbor
that one
beat you up,
video
that neighbor.
of that neighbor?
If the neighbor beat you
Uh,
up, then that neighbor should have been a man or a woman to come knock on my door and tell me why they did it.
Yeah.
Right.
If they didn't tell me
Right.
why they did it, then there's a problem.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I actually agree with you on that. Consequences of everybody. Your actions are your actions. You're
Mhm.
making
Oh,
is you're making.
absolutely,
You know what I mean?
absolutely,
But who knows?
absolutely.
Honestly, right now with 2025, right? Who knows what the possibilities are for people who want to do good, to want to have fun, who want to help or whatever it is. I don't know what my possibilities are for the next year.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to survive. I have my own. I have my own.
Just have to put your best foot forward and just
Mm-hmm.
leave it
When
in
I don't have
God's hand.
seizures,
And
yes.
Talking about the neighbors. Have you seen that one video on Instagram when the
But
kid was playing with the water hose, and that
yes,
neighbor goes and try and takes off him, but he ends up swearing. The
he
kid
was in the
swearing the neighbor
HOA.
with the yeah.
wait a
Mhm.
minute,
No,
what happened?
Okay, so this kid was playing with with the hose in his own yard in the front, and just playing with the hose. And the neighbor across the street belongs to the HOA, and he came up to try to grab the hose from the kid and kept telling the kid, "You can't be spraying that. Where's your parents? Where's your parents?" Trying to take a hose away from a kid that's not his, in their property. And so the kid got frustrated and hosed him down.
I don't blame him.
Damn. I would have done the same thing.
Me, you, and me both. And you know what? And that's a big problem now. That um, people see things, and it could be the stupidest thing, and always have something to say. But when they see something that's wrong, and there's no justification for it, they turn their backs and walk away.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'll never live in an HOA community.
A what?
An HOA community.
I know, because you can't have no signs. Your grass have to be cut a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Your house it have to be a certain color. You can't have people at your house at a certain time. No, it's not worth it. It's probably worth it for like, elders that's
Yeah.
done with all that stuff. Yes, but
Yeah.
it's
My
not.
parents.
To me, it's not worth it. And then
Yeah.
you're paying all this money every month for what?
For
For
them to tell
something.
you what to do.
Yeah.
You
That's
know what I mean?
like,
It's so dumb.
I mean, where
I
I
we
think
couldn't.
live in a
HOAs should be
condo
illegal.
HOAs.
I think it's a ripoff. I just think it's extra money in their pockets.
I think
Yeah.
HOAs should only be for condos.
Thanks.
Shouldn't
I
be
know.
for actual houses or anything. It should be only for condos.
Yeah, but you have to look at where those
Yeah, but
houses are. It's a gated community.
yes, we're in a
Yeah.
gated community. And one of the HOA ladies lives downstairs from us, and let's
Oh,
just
heck
say
no.
we don't have the best interaction.
Relationship.
Yeah, no, we don't.
No, because they think they can just they think they can just walk in your house. They think they can tell you what to do, how to do it, tell your kids. I'm telling you, HOA,
So
I
I'll
think
just
they
tell
need
them
to
to
let
fuck
it
off.
go now
Well, let
because
me
this.
put it this way. Wait, let me put it this way. So this lady goes to my husband now, right? And because my children and I are, like I'm Romanian, I'm Hungarian Romanian, right? So my color of my skin is a different color. Yes. It's a lot more browner, golden, olive skinned.
Browner.
She literally says to my husband and the kids and your wife, the brown people.
What?
That would be a day she would mark on her calendar. She'll never forget that day.
Well, we've had a lot of interactions. Let's put it that way. I have a
That
service
would be
dog,
a day
and
she
she
would say to
purposely brings
herself,
her service dog outside, not on a leash, and that dog keeps coming up to my dog.
and guess what? You want something to eat? Come here, sweetheart. Come here, honey. Now go back home and go in the house and do your business. But you shall never let that dog back out.
No, no. I'm just thinking of. See, I'm not allowed to drive, so I have seizures. Maybe I'll just take a drive around the neighborhood.
No, you're not gonna have no seizure. I'm saying feed the dog, honey, and let the dog go back home.
Or just give the dog saying that literally help. You know when you have those pills that help you go tired and stuff. Give it to the dog.
Well, here where we live, you have to pick up your dog's poop. It's just what
That's
it is.
anywhere.
Well,
That's
you have to do that
anywhere.
anywhere.
So we do. She has called in saying that we don't. I've had to talk with them multiple times, the whole 9 yards. So finally, one day, I am getting the mail and I'm walking up and she's with her dog and her dog's pooping. I don't see a bag and I don't see her picking up her poop. The dog's pooping. I said to her when I was walking by, I hope you're picking up your dog's shit. Okay, have a good day. And I just walked upstairs.
She's one of them people that just thinks they can. She upset
I
because she
would
can't
love
run
to.
you.
I would love to
You're not
speak knocking
jumping
your
to
door,
her
mum, dad.
occasion.
Oh no, I'm not. No.
Well,
Yeah,
Raven.
that's what it is. If you would jump into her occasion, she would love it.
Oh, she got in trouble a couple times actually in this facility. They might be kicking her out as a HOA because she decided to ruin somebody's Christmas stuff that was on their door. So we're allowed to have some things on our door. So our little quarter that we are allowed to on certain occasions, holidays, if it's not too obstructive, we're good. So these people had a wreath on their door that they made themselves for Christmas, and she came up and ripped it apart.
Oh, they should have. She should have. They should have stripped her of her duties. Period.
Hmm.
That's not even a meeting.
Yeah, that's get out.
Raven.
Well, I'll pay a little bit
Yes.
more of a
I
HOA
would love
if you
for
just let me
knocking your door while
stay.
I'm there.
Oh well, she's her own. She So we have these frat boys that live downstairs in the fronter area, and they
Yes.
moved in about a couple months ago. They're partying almost every night now.
And she don't
One
say
morning,
nothing to them, do she?
no, she has. One morning, she decided to knock on my door while I was having coffee, and she said, "Can you not party so late?" And I said, "Excuse me." It's the new people that moved in. Really, right
I
now?
wouldn't have told her nothing. You know what you should have told her? You need to go get you some business. I know there's a bingo club around here somewhere. Go get you some business.
You know, you know, I should have told her. You know what? If you think they're loud, wait till hubby and I have some time alone.
Hmm.
That's
I'm a
And then be as
bang
loud
on
as
the
possible.
walls.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna break the bed and make sure it comes right through your living room and ask you to take pictures.
I'll tell, and you know what you should tell her? You wish you was having some fun like we are. Boom, boom, boom.
You need to wipe those
or just make
cobwebs out,
banging
honey.
noise and just pretend that you're doing it and stuff, just to fucking piss off even more.
All right. I know what we're gonna do tonight.
Pull up some porn and then just like have it blasting so shit you hear it.
Actually, I thought about that a couple of times. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I mean, the biggest party we've ever had was so my daughter's half sister and her husband came to visit. We haven't seen him in a while, right? And we played D&D until midnight and we were just laughing. No loud music. We were just laughing, you know, eating chips, soda, and just laughing hysterically. And of course, the next day I'm walking my dog. She comes out and she goes, "You were too loud." And I was like, "Could you please leave? I have a headache."
You should, when she told you that, you should have yelled at her and said, "Who gave the dog?"
hmm
Roll for initiative.
I mean, because that's just freaky.
Nat
Is she
20.
by herself? Is she married?
Yes, her husband and I used to talk every day when I first moved in here. And then one day she came up to him and said, "Don't talk to her." So he stopped talking to me.
Oh.
She's a controlling bitch.
Oh, that's because you're younger than she is.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, older woman ain't gonna
She's
play that.
jealous.
Yeah,
oh,
she didn't know that my husband and I were dating before we got married, right? And she told him a story saying that I had an abusive husband in here, right? And they had to come running up here with a gun.
how
I
old is
was
she? Is she old?
God, I want to say maybe she's in her 60s.
Oh, wow. She have kids?
A daughter that's moved out.
She moved far too, didn't she?
Oh yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, she moved far. And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And my husband, he's like, "That doesn't make any sense because you moved in and shortly after you moved in, you and I started dating." I was like, "Yeah." Like I got away from abusive relationship, moved out of that area to a whole new city, just me and the kids and everything. Why would what? That's where you're gonna tell my boyfriend who turned into my husband. Okay, yeah, all right.
Well, how come
Please
y'all
make me
won't have
adult.
a meeting to get her out of there?
I don't know because I'm not part of the HOA. I think they're waiting for her to make one more huge mistake. But if she keeps pushing it with me, I think what she's trying to do is do that thing where she
Acting like a Karen.
traps my dog, and my dog right now is recovering from being attacked from a pit bull. So she's a little bit more reactive than she used to be, and she was trained to be my service dog. She doesn't work inside, but she's having trouble outside because she got attacked by a pit bull, unfortunately. So she has PTSD right now. We have to be
Dang.
taking it slow, right? And she knows this. So she
That's
just
a
allows her
shame.
dog to walk up to my dog, and I have this feeling that she's trying to set up some sort of thing where my dog reacts and I don't have my dog anymore.
She'll set you up, yeah.
Yep. People are like
She
that,
gonna,
unfortunately.
she's miserable.
Mhm.
She's just miserable and what they call it? Miserable loves company, misery loves company,
Misery likes
whatever.
company, yes. I'm thinking I'm
And
going to leave her a really nice present at her doorstep.
Put a dog shit in a bag and just leave it sitting there.
It's going to be on fire and
like
it's going
it.
to be a brown paper bag that she has to step on.
but
Anyway.
be careful when you do
No,
stuff.
Gift her a
Don't do that.
dildo.
Oh,
Because obviously she needs it.
She
Don't
basically
do
trying
that
to say,
because you
"Go
don't
fuck
know.
yourself."
You don't know. You may think you know, but you just never know who's watching. Be careful
Fine.
what you do.
I'll kill her with kindness. I'll bring her flowers.
No, don't do that. No.
Okay.
Just step back. Let her, let her
If she's
trip
got a
on
ring
her
doorbell, get
own
black
BS.
spray paint and just spray over the camera.
No, I don't want
Turn
to get
her
kicked
into
out.
your best friend and then just completely
Stab in
rip
the
her
back.
apart. Just
Mm,
completely ghost her and then yeah.
No, when I pass by her now, I just say, "Oh, good morning," and I just wave at her and walk away, like, "Hi."
Mhm.
And she's like, "What
Does
the
she ever
fuck?"
say anything to your kids? I mean, does
Yeah,
she
she
correct?
said some very racist, rude, crude things to my children.
Like what?
I'm surprised they haven't knocked her off a racist, because they know you can sue because of that.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they haven't took her off.
yeah. No, it was pretty rough. My daughter. So I went on my walk, and our dishwasher leaked a tiny bit. So there was a tiny little leak going down to her. Down to her. Tiny, tiny little leak. So I was walking up, and I hear this commotion, and she's trying to come into my house when I'm not home. And I said, "What is the
You was home,
problem?"
but you wasn't in. As you was going up
And
to your
that's
door.
when my daughter, she told me, she was really rude to me. She was calling me, "You brown people," and demanding to come into my house. And
That's when you
you
should. That
you were on the walk. And
she should. You should have told her whenever she do that, call the police.
I told her next time she comes up to the house and I'm going for my walk, because my children are old enough to be home alone. They're 17 and 16. You know what I mean? They're old
Right.
enough. I could go
Call
for
the
my walk if
police.
I need to. I told her, "You call the police at this point. You don't give her
Yep.
any opportunity to come in the house. In fact, look through the peephole, and if you see her fucking face, don't even open the door and scream at the door, 'What do you want?' I want to come in." "No, you're not allowed." And if she continues, call the police.
No, they don't even have to do that. If she knock on that door, they don't. You should have your kids not say nothing. Watch her actions. That's what you do. Let them kids not go to the door. Don't answer it. Wait on you to come back home. Ma, guess what? Such and such is at the door, and she's trying to get in.
Or whatever.
You're gonna
12
tell
ball
them
shotgun.
what to
Yeah,
do. Call
resting
the
against the door.
police, and leave it at that.
I think
I-
that's a good idea. That is absolutely
Don't
a good idea.
do
My
not
family
have them
had a
go to that
rule.
door.
My family had a rule where only my mom or my dad or any of the adults could answer the front door.
Yeah,
Even
that's how
even
we
when
was
we
brought
were
up.
like 17 or 18, we still couldn't.
I was surprised that my daughter even opened the door, and I did talk to her about that, and I told her that that was definitely a no-no, like, we know
Mhm.
the rules. So I was really surprised that she did. She goes, "I didn't know any better. She was scaring me." And I was like, I don't care. Don't do that." You know,
No, don't let them
kids.
go to that
Just
door.
waiting till I show up.
I know. When are you showing up? Mm.
Well, I need to move into my cousin's first. Get
What's the
them all
worst that they can
settled in.
happen? Deport him back to his country?
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh
No,
my
you
God.
didn't. You
See,
didn't say
Oh,
that.
talking about aces and stuff.
I just
Fucking.
messed with devil.
I know. And I was in school at the time. I had this fucking Asian kid come up to me and stuff. Tried to tell me saying go back to my country. I'm not. I just sat there and laughed. I mean, how can you say that to me when I'm already in my country?
There you go.
No, the next time a person tell you to go up to your, if it's no disrespect, if it's a
Mhm.
white person or whatever, tell them I'm in my country. Where's your country at? A lot
You
of
could
them
always
cannot
start singing
answer
that
that.
song. You could always start singing this song. "Where's my country gone?" You know what I mean?
Oh
Just have a little
my
fun
goodness.
with it, I think that's what we
Yeah.
need to do in our society, is have fun, you know?
Thanks, Yellowbird, for coming up into the question spot and talking to us.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Yellowbird, very much. It was a pleasure to hear from you tonight.
Oh, good to see you again, all of you.
Definitely. Go on.
This is Mazzy Dev HD. You've been watching the Devil's Talk Show. I'm here with my co-host Raven Sprite. I will put her link to her show in the description on YouTube, aka Seven Justice. And we have August, my cameraman, and my editor. And also, you're going to see us around. We're going to be in Crazy Cantina most of the time. So let's have some fun.